The Hunger Strike, an Aesop fable. Today, the parts of the body get along and work together surprisingly well. But that wasn't always true. Long ago, head, legs, and arms had frequent squabbles with one another. There was a great deal of friction among them. One of the few things they had in common, in fact, was their dislike for Belly. Most of the time, they disregarded Belly completely and weren't even sure where he lived. When they did turn their attention to him, their main complaint was about his lack of purpose. They all agreed that Belly had never done an honest day's work, that he only cared about eating. Thinking about Belly's laziness, Head eventually felt such profound anger that he called a meeting of the other body parts. "It's time to teach that lazy Belly a lesson," he announced loudly. Legs and arms couldn't agree more. They found the idea irresistible and immediately asked Head what he had in mind. "Well, from now on," explained Head, "I'm not going to figure out any ways to find food." With his sharp eyes and quick brain, Head was the body part that found the majority of the body's food. "Belly won't like that," remarked Legs with a smile. Then, to show that he was in complete agreement with Head, he said, "And I promise not to walk over to any food, even if it's lying on the ground right in front of us." "This is going to be good," giggled Arms, clapping his hands together for emphasis. "I won't pick up any food," he promised the others, "and I'm not doing any cooking either." All went according to plan, and after a few weeks of no food, Belly indeed was grumbling. "Please," he begged, "a crust of bread, anything." The other body parts, however, could take no real joy in Belly's misery, for they were having problems themselves. Head, for example, experienced frequent dizziness. Then a new phenomenon, a splitting headache, made it impossible for him to think. Legs grew weaker and weaker, often stumbling into swamps and other desolate places. Even Arms, who was by now covered with sores from shoulders to fingertips, realized something was very wrong. As the body's problems accumulated, Head had to intervene. He called the body parts to another meeting. "Even though Belly never seems to work," Head began, "he must have a purpose. Otherwise, starving him wouldn't have caused us so many problems. For our own sakes, therefore, I suggest we compromise and start feeding him again." Legs and Arms agreed with Head. They were greatly relieved that the standoff had come to an end. Without wasting another minute, the whole crew went out to find some dinner. Once the meal had been eaten, Belly's loud grumbling subsided, and the other body parts started feeling much better too. Moral: each member of a group must do his or her part for the common good.